Alright guys, so here we have our assignment level 2 in the building HTML forms topic. In this assignment, we have to create this layout. Let's go from top to bottom. We have header, thereafter hero section, another section. After this, we have few articles, and we have one section for different maps, another section, and at the bottom we have one map, and here we have our footer. So to create this layout, here I have taken one index.html file with standard HTML document, and inside this I have connected Font Awesome. So in case if we need any kind of icon, we will use Font Awesome, and this is the link of CSS file. And inside the CSS file at the top we have our root selector. Inside this root selector I have taken few CSS variables. I have already discussed how to make use of CSS variables. Alright, so after the CSS variable we have CSS resets. Okay, and from here we have our normal styles. That is, I made each and every element border box, anchor text decoration none to the body, normal styles, and we have a container with 1380 pixel, normal styles again, general styles, padding of 80 pixel top and bottom. After this we have one flex class. To the flex I have applied display flex, align item centers, justify content, space between. And here to create different columns I have taken few classes of flex. So this is the flex 20. So this flex 20 is accepting the values for 0, that is grow 0, this is shrink, and this is the flex basis with 20%. So this class will create 20% column. Similarly, this flex 30 class will create column width of 30%, and after that here we have flex 50. This will create 50% of columns. And at the end of the flex, here I have taken one grow class. So if we apply this grow class to any element inside a flex container, each and every item will grow equally. And at the end here we have our buttons. So I have also already styled our buttons. So according to this layout, so we have two types of button, that is filled with the blue color, and then we have filled with white color. So that's the blue button as well as white button. So for that purpose that's the general btn, that is modular class, and then we have btn primary and btn secondary. Btn primary has that primary color, that is blue, and btn secondary has white color. That means not color, is the background color actually. Alright, if we look at our page here, that looks something like this. Right now we don't have anything inside this page because we don't have anything inside our body. Now we can get start with the layout. And one more thing, I have taken all those assets also inside the whatever the images has been used inside this layout. I have already taken media folder. So all the images are inside the media folder in this project. Okay, now let's get started. Inside the body, the very first thing obviously we will need our header tag. Great, so let's use our header. Inside the header, let's take one container. Inside this container, let's apply anchor tag for the logo img. There is a logo also, that is logo.png. So let's apply the source path. Here let's say brand logo. The brand name is journey. So instead of saying brand, let's say journey. Alright, so let's see here. After this we have journey. So let's take one h1 also, not h1, let's take a strong. Okay, inside this is strong, let's take journey. Now save this. Let's have a look of our page, whether we are getting or not. Give it a refresh. Okay, here we have cool. Now after this anchor tag or the logo, now let's have one nav tag. Inside an app, let's say UL, LI, and anchor. That is home. Home, top destinations, recommended places, and contact us. So first of all, let's have home. Another item after the home we have top destination. Another item we have recommended, recommended places, and then we have contact us. Alright, now save this. Let's have a look. Okay, perfect. We have journey, home, all these navigational links. Now let's send them apart from each other. So inside the container, let's use one class flex. Flex will make them justify contain space between display flex and align item center. Now save this, have a look. Okay, they are apart from each other. Similarly, we will also apply the flex class to our UL. Nice, have a look. Perfect. So let's say to this journey as well as logo also flex. Nice. Okay, cool. So now let's start providing classes. First of all, let's provide a class to the brand. From here, let's apply a class navbar. So let's apply the class navbar here, target it, padding top and bottom, let's say 32 pixel, left and right 0. Next, and we'll also need a few more padding from left and right also actually to the header, just because this is our container and this our header is a little bit inside our container. So let's apply the from left and right also padding, say 120 pixel would be working fine. Save this, then give it a refresh. Okay, no changes. So we haven't saved the file index.html. Now let's give it a refresh. Okay, great. So now just target our brand class. To the brand, first of all, let's say font size of say 36 pixel and font weight of 700. Save this, then give it a refresh. Perfect. Have a look. This is the, now let's say uppercase. Justify content, not just justify content, it is text transform. Uppercase. Now have a look. Nice. Okay, so here inside this project, let's change the font family. We are using Open Sans. Now let's see the text here now. Give it a refresh. Yeah, journey. So in this project also we are using font family of Open Sans. Okay, now to the strong brand strong. Let's to the brand. First of all, let's change the color. We'll say variable text dark. Text dark is the black color, this one. Okay, so now yeah, that's fine for the brand. Now let's have a look here, interface. So this is the brand, and one more thing, to the brand image or to the brand img, you can apply some amount of space between them. So for that purpose, here let's say brand img, let's apply margin right of say 6 pixel would be working fine. Yeah, have a look. Nice. And now let's move into the navigational links. So here to the ul, let's apply nav menu and nav menu item. We'll say item. Okay, perfect. Now let's apply the same class to each and every list item. Perfect. Okay, so now let's target our nav menu first. Instead, let's target nav menu item actually. So we'll say margin left of, first of all, 32 pixel. Yeah, in fact it will be more. First of all, let's have a look. Okay, here we have. Now say this one 48 pixel and nav menu item anchor tag, color is text dark. Say the color text dark, save this, give it a refresh. Perfect. Now say font weight of 700 and font size will say 14 pixel. Yes, nice. Okay, so let's have a look here again. Now to this home. This home is actually active. That means we are on the home page. So we'll need to change the color of this home link. So what we will do, nav menu item, give it a class of active to the anchor tag of home. So here let's say nav menu item actually, and dot active will say color of, that is secondary color. Yeah, save this, then give it a refresh. Yes, okay, it's not secondary, it is primary. Yes, this is primary. Okay, so that's our header. Let's have a look here. So header part is almost done. Now we can move into our hero section. So now after this header, let's take main. Inside the main, let's take section tag, give it a class of hero. So this should be our hero section. Take container. Inside the container, okay, one more thing here before we take any container or anything else. So if you look at our page from top to bottom, you will find our each and every section also inside a container. That means this container, you can see this is the container from top to bottom. So we have some background to our body or back to the main section. Yeah, and then inside the main section we have our container, and then inside the container we have different sections. You can have a look here. So first of all, to the main here, yeah, we don't need to apply class. So before, after the header only, let's have a main section. Inside the main, let's apply background color, just main. So let's copy the color code from here. Save this, have a look. Okay, right now we don't have anything inside our main, so that's why we don't see anything. Okay, after the main, now we will take container, and inside the container we will keep our different sections. Perfect. Now first of all, let's have one h1 here. Let's say, okay, not hero section. Let's see what we have. Okay, let's begin. Save this. Now have a look here. Okay, here we have, and inside that we have a container. Actually, let's have a look here. The container is applying. Yeah, container is getting applied, and to the nav bar also container. Actually, this 120 pixel is not getting applied to the nav bar. It is getting applied, but this large space here, that's why we don't see. So instead of applying, where is our nav bar? Say here 0, to the nav bar container actually will be applying more padding from left and right. Padding top and bottom we don't need, but from left and right, let's say 120 pixel. Give it a refresh. Yes, instead 120, let's say 160. Yeah, now this is fine. So this is our actual container for the rest of the page, and the container inside the header is starting from here. Okay, cool. So now we'll keep our content inside the hero section. Let's begin. Then we have 3 dots. Okay, no problem. We'll have div to create dots, 3 div actually. Yeah. Okay, here let's say give it a class dot 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 and here dot active. So here I've taken dot active, another class, just the middle circle is little bit larger than the other two. Okay, after that we assist you to choose the best. Okay, so let's group them actually. This dot will be in a in a group. Okay, and then we have another div. Inside this div, let's say here h4. Yeah, h4, that's the heading. This will be working as a subheading, so this is saying we. Perfect. Okay, after this h4 we have one circle, and inside this circle there is one icon, that is arrow down. So after this div, let's take another div to create circle, and inside this circle let's use one icon. Perfect. Now give it a refresh to our page here. Okay, yeah, we have these all things. Now we don't see any dot because we haven't designed it yet. Okay, now let's first of all style this, then we'll move into the form. Here this is actually a form inside the hero section. Okay, cool. So let's apply this. So give it a class hero heading. We have already applied dot class. Then let's say here hero subheading. Okay, one more thing, we don't need this div because by default h4 is already a block level element, so why to have another div? Okay, cool. And here we'll say class of icon box. Perfect. Okay, so target our hero heading. From here let's start our hero section. Text transform uppercase. Yes. Font weight 700 and color would be white. Then we have hero subheading actually, color white. Have a look here. Okay, okay, before the subheading we have dots also, so let's apply the dot. Let's say width of 12 pixel. Okay, let's say width of 8 pixel actually, and height of again 8 pixel because we need circle, and background color white, border radius of 50%. Yeah, 50%. Perfect. Now let's have a look. Okay, this is our. Okay, now to the dot active. Let's style the dot active first, then we'll move ahead with the background and all. So here we just need to say the width and height in, we'll say 12. Yes, nice. And to the dot active, let's apply margin top and bottom of 4 pixel, left and right 0. Okay, we will take them in exactly in center, but before that let's apply a background image to this section, to our hero actually. So is our hero here, hero background. Yes, let's apply URL media, and this is our banner.jpg. We'll say no repeat. and background size cover. Give it a refresh. Nice. Okay, and let's apply padding from top and bottom also. We will say, let's say 120 pixel, left and right 0. Nice, so far it is nice. Now let's get them in center first, as each and everything in center. So let's say text align center. Save this, then give it a refresh. Center, nice. And this thing should be also center. So here to the top, let's apply display line block. So here, okay, so as we have applied display line block, each and every dots came in a single line. That's fine, no problem. We'll get them in columns, that means in vertically. But before that, if we look at our design here, we'll see one overlay over this background image. So to create overlay, we can again make use of multiple background image method. Let's start from the beginning. We'll say linear gradient first because we need at the top of the image. Say RGB A value, 0.6, and another color RGB A again 0 let's say 4, and after that let's apply the image URL media banner.jpg, say no repeat and colon. Now save this, have a look here, let's see. Yeah, we got that perfectly. Okay, cool. So we have our hero section, and inside this hero section we have applied the background image. Now let's work on this part. Here is our hero heading first. Let's apply the font size, say 64 pixel. Nice. Now let's get them in center. So here we have our flex. I will make use of flex now. Okay, here now let's make a class of justify center. So we'll say justify content center. Okay, cool. So now so here we have these dots. So to this dot let's apply class of flex, save this, then give it a refresh. Okay, justify content space between. So now we will override with justify center. Justify center, give it a refresh. Now it is justify center. Now we need in column. So let's apply one class of column. It's a flex direction column. We will again apply this class. So let's see here. Nice, we got that perfectly. Okay, so after this dot we have our paragraph. That means, sorry, not paragraph, we have h4, that is hero subheading. Let's style that also. Here we have, let's increase the font size, actually just 24 pixel. Yes. Nice. Now we need this icon box. So we have taken one class icon box. To the icon box let's apply width of 60 pixel and height also 60 pixel. Border radius of 50%. We need a circle, and we'll say background color, say primary. Now give it a refresh. Okay, nice. let's get the circle in the center of this section. So we just need to apply margin 0 auto. So this is one of the way to, if the element is a block level element and you have applied width, so you can apply margin 0 auto to get them in center of any section or any container. Now let's have a look. So here we have, okay, now to this icon. So we have icon box I, color white, and font size of, let's say, 18 pixel. Okay, now let's apply the same amount of line height also, so that the content inside this will come in center. We were using this line height property earlier to make them, when we haven't learned about the Flexbox, to get them vertically center. So now let's use this thing again to make the content inside any element or any box vertically center. 60 pixel, same amount of line height as well as height. Now let's have a look. Yep, we got in center. Alright guys, so here we have our first part of the hero section. Okay, now let's apply some gap between the content here. Okay, so first of all, to this dot we have dot container. So to the hero heading, where is our hero heading? Here, let's apply margin bottom of 24 pixel, not 24, we'll say just 12, 16 pixel. Yes, and then similarly margin top to our hero subheading, 16 pixel. And to the icon box, let's apply margin top of, have a look, same 16 pixel. Nice. And let's work a little bit on this dot. Have a look of dot here. Okay, we need more gap between the dots. Instead of saying where is our dot active, margin say 8 pixel. Yes, now this is looking nice. We can make it 16, 60. Yes, this is nice. This heading looks a bit bigger. Hero heading. Let's make them 56. Yes, this is fine. Alright guys, so after this content, inside the hero section, here we have a form. So inside this form we have different input field, as well as different select items, that is select element here. And at the bottom we have a button also. So now let's get a form inside our hero section. So after this div, let's take a form, and inside the form let's take one field set first. So here I am taking one field set. What we will do here, we will group these content in two. So this is the first group and this would be the second group here. Okay, so let's take first input. Before that we have a label. Label is saying choose your destination. So here let's say choose your destination. Let's apply id destination for destination. Okay, and after this input type text, we have two inputs with type date, and here let's apply a placeholder also. Let's make it a bit bigger here. Yes, placeholder will say type your destination, and then input. Okay, let's take one div. So just because we need this to group, actually we need these check-in date and check-out date in a single line, so we need to group them. So that's why I apply one div, and inside this div, let's say type date. Here also input type date. Save this, and now let's apply placeholder also. What it is saying, check in, check out, and this one is saying check in. Now save this, give it a refresh. Okay, so this is our form here. Okay, after this, first of all, we have forgot our label tag. This one would be check-in, that is check-in date, and this one would be checkout date. Let's connect them also. ID check-in, checkout. Provide the value also in the for attribute. Similarly here also. One thing we are forgetting, that is name attribute. So let's apply the name attribute also. Name would be destination, name we can keep it date. Here also name date. So this should be checking actually. Checkout. Perfect. So these are the different input. Now give it a refresh. Okay, so this is the check-in date and checkout date. Perfect. After this, we have another part, that is how many rooms, adult and children. Okay, no problem. So actually these are now select elements. So again, let's have another field set. Inside this field set, let's have a label. Label is saying how many rooms, and after this, okay, it's not be inside the for, it should be the value actually. And then we have select, so name, ID, option, value, what it is saying, one room. Okay, so first of all, let's say one room. Let's take different values. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, here we'll say room, and the same value will go for the 4 room. Give it a refresh. Okay, this is our room. Now after this, we have adult and children. Okay, again we will group them. So let's keep them inside a div. Save this. Let's copy this select here, both label as well as select. So this is saying adult. So here we are saying 1, 2, 3. So let's apply just 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this time adult, and here also adult. Perfect. Now another. Okay, so this is children. So let's get rid of this. We'll be saying child for attribute, name attribute as well as ID attribute, and we'll start from the 0, say 1. Perfect. Save this, give it a refresh. Nice. After that, what do we have? After this, we have our button. So let's take one input after the field set. Okay, inside the field set only we can take input, type submit, value would be check availability. Okay, here we have check availability, but let's apply the classes also, that we have already taken one btn and btn primary. Yes, nice. But again, we need to work on these forms, and even on the button also we will have to work. We haven't got the exact button that here we have. Okay, no problem, let's get them. All right, so now let's start styling. So very first, here we have field set input. So for the each and every input class, let's say form, so let's apply the same class to each and every input. Here, here, and on select also. Okay, now from here we are designing our hero form. So let's apply the form control. First of all, let's say display inline, not inline block, we'll say width block, actually width of 100%. Let's have a look. Okay, nice. Now let's target our, first of all, form element. To the form, let's say background color white. Save this, give it a refresh. Nice. Now let's apply some amount of padding as well as width. First of all, let's say max width. Actually, max width we will keep say 600 pixel instead of say 768 pixel. Margin obviously 0 auto to keep them in center, and padding all around, let's say 32 pixel. Give it a refresh. Yes, nice. Now let's apply some amount of margin from top, this gap. So form margin top, not mask type, it's margin top. So margin top would be say 60 pixel. Yes, in fact we can increase a bit more, we can say just 80 pixel. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, all right, so now let's start styling our input element. So first of all, to the label, here we have label, say display block, and we will say font size of 14 pixel, font weight of 600, color will say text dark. Give it a refresh. Nice. And say text align left. Okay, yes, that's what we have. Some amount of gap also, margin bottom of say 8 pixel. Now we need two column here, first column here and second column here. Let's apply class to the, here we have form. To the form only we have two group of field set. So let's to the form, let's apply class of flex, and we will keep it item start. We don't want it to align center, so again we will have to take one more class for the flex. Here we have flex justify content center. Let's take item start. So this aligning items will be overwritten by aligning items start. It's flex start actually, not end start. Save this, give it a refresh. Nice. And now to the field set, let's apply class of flex 50, and then similarly to this field set also 50. Yes, nice. Okay, so actually we need some gap also, no? So what we can do to provide this gap? Okay, so let's have one more class. This flex, instead of saying flex 50, let's say flex of 46. So this would be 46%, and we have flex 50, no? Say flex 46. So we have 46%, 46%. In total becomes 92%, and 8% will be working as a gap between these two field set. Now give it a trace. Yes, now we have that gap. Okay, so now let's have a look from the. Okay, so for each and every form control, yeah, let's say border 0, outline 0, and padding of 12 pixel left and right, top and bottom, and 16 pixel left and right. Save this, give it a refresh. Perfect. So this is the now. So first of all, as we don't have any border on these input element or even select elements, but on focusing, let's apply some border. So let's say here form control on focusing, focus, let's say border 1 pixel solid primary color. Now give it a refresh. Let's check it out. Yes, now we are getting, actually we are applying border, but as soon as border is getting applied, the element size is getting increased. Yeah, so here we'll say same thing, border of 1 pixel, but this time it should be transparent. So the border will be there, but that border won't be visible just because we have transparent background. Now we just need to change the color. So here we'll say just color on focusing. Now give it a refresh. Now this is fine. Okay, perfect. Now we need this check-in date and check-out date in a single line. So again, let's apply that. So where we have, so let's close this field set here and then here. Let's open this first group. So this label input, again this label input, let's apply the class of flex. Okay, so as we have applied flex class, this label input, again this label and input came in a single line. So all these 4 elements are in a single line. But what do we need? This check-in date as well as this date in a one group, and then again this checkout date and this input element in another group. So let's group them. So after this div, let's take another div. We will keep the first label and first input. Keep it here. Perfect. And similarly, let's take another div, and inside this div again we will keep the second label and second input. Now give it refresh. Perfect. So now let's have a look. Nice. So here we have date. Now if we click, we can get the date option. Date option. So this is our, so now one more thing we need to apply is that let's apply some amount of gap to our form control. Let's apply margin bottom of, okay, we need gap to this, actually to this flex actually. So what we can do, let's apply general class of margin top. Okay, so let's target that in general section. So here we have our, okay, padding, some general padding and general margin. After this, let's apply margin top of, say, 48 pixel. Give it a refresh. Okay, no changes. Let's save the index.html file also. Now let's give it a refresh. Okay, we have that gap. Perfect. This is the date. Okay, so if we look at our date element here, so that is something we have the same input type date, but the content inside this check-in and check-out is the placeholder that has been custom designed. So we will have to learn how we can implement custom styles on date input element. That is all right. So here we have our first group inside this form. Now let's work on the second group of this form. Okay, so here we have our second group. Now again, let's apply classes again to the, we have already class form control and all. Now we need to get them in a single line first. So again, let's apply to this. Okay, again we will have to group them first. Div this label and select. We'll go here, another group, this label and select here, and another div for the third one. Perfect. Now let's get them here. Yes. Okay, so here let's apply another class of flex and item. Okay, let's just apply the class flex. Give it a refresh. Okay, nice. Okay, so here we have, it is already, okay, now let's apply margin top to this button, that general class we have taken just now. Give it a refresh. Okay, here we have. So how many rooms, adult, children, this is also done. Okay, after this we need this, actually this check availability of 100% width. So again we have to, first of all, let's go to our btn form btn actually. So for the form btn here, form btn, let's say width of 100%, border 0, and box shadow also none. Save this, give it a refresh. Perfect. Now again here, that is fine. Okay, actually let's increase the width of form. Actually here we have form, let's make it 968. Give it a refresh here. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, cool. So first of all, let's target the btn. Where is our btn? Here is a font weight of 600. Yes, and some amount of letter spacing, say 0.98 pixel. Yes, this is also nice. So if you look at our hero section here as well as here, So we are done with the hero section part. Perfect. Okay, nice. Now after this hero section, we have to create another section, this one. Okay, no problem. So let's take another section. Okay, before that, let's change these colors, placeholder color as well as color of form control. So let's say actually here color will say text light. Give it a refresh. Yes, nice. So text light is a more dark, more light actually. So let's take another color. This time let's say CCC. Have a look. Yeah, this one is fine. Perfect. Then we need to change this color also. So let's target form control placeholder. Here we have placeholder. So if you want to target the placeholder, so you can use this selector, that is pseudo selector here, placeholder. Now you need to change the color. We'll say again CCC, save this, then give it a refresh. Yeah, now it is changed. Color is okay. Yes, actually instead of saying CCC color, let's change, let's see the text dark. Yes, okay. Okay, cool. Now we can move into the another section. Okay, so after this, let's have a look of the layout. Okay, cool. Now let's collapse our hero section. So here we have hero section actually. Okay, after this section, let's take another section, not select section. Inside this section, we don't need any container because our content is already outside. Okay, first of all, let's create one general class for align center, text align center. Okay, here we can take say text align center. Nice. Okay, so to this section, first of all, let's apply padding text center, because what each and every content inside this section is in center. Perfect. So after this, let's take one h2 class saying your journey is our priority. So your journey is our priority, and after this we have a paragraph. Let's take dummy text lorem ipsum, and after this p we have continue explore button. So let's take anchor tag, continue explore, and here let's say the class ptn and ptn primary. Save this, then give it a refresh. Let's see what we get. Okay, nice. Okay, now so here let's wrap this inside a strong tag. Okay, so now let's have a look. Okay, now for this let's take one class of about. Okay, so about here. Okay, let's target about section. So here let's say about section first. That means about class. Okay, inside the about class, let's apply the background color, copy the color code. Nice. Now have a look. Okay, we don't see any change. Okay, no problem. So okay, so very first thing, let's apply some amount of box shadow to our full container. here say box shadow. Okay, let's say for the box shadow 0 0 0. That's the like we need on horizontal direction, vertical direction, and this is our blur radius. And then let's apply some sprayed value. So let's say 2 pixel, and let's apply RGBA values. This one. So say it. Now give it a refresh. Okay, here we have. So now one thing we can do, we can get rid of this padding. Give it a refresh. Nice. Okay, so let's say 2 pixel. Okay, here also 2 pixel. We don't need any spread value. Say now blur radius will say of 6 pixel. Yes, and this time let's say just 3. Give it a refresh. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so let's say 1 pixel only. Yes. So now from the header, actually from the navbar container will say box shadow none. So it is gone now. Okay, so this is our container, and to the body let's apply some amount of padding bottom so that we have large space to see our content, but later on we can get rid of this padding bottom. Say padding bottom of 400 pixel. Yes, this is our about section. Now let's style our about. Say padding okay, no problem. So inside this about, let's take one div because we need this much of width only. So now to this, keep each and everything inside this, and here let's apply class of about wrapper. Into the about wrapper let's apply width of 968 pixel. So let's see what is the width of that form, that exact form width we have 968 pixel, and margin 0 to obviously to get them center. Now have a look. Our changes, we haven't saved our HTML file. Now give it a perfect. Okay, so for the about 2 now, it is about h2 actually. So let's apply font size of say 36 pixel. Color would be not clear, it should be color text dark, and about h2 strong. Let's apply the font weight of 700. Yes, and each and everything is in uppercase. So let's apply text transform uppercase, this one. Now to the about p, let's say color will say okay, to the body only we can apply this color be applied so that we don't have to apply that color again and again for different elements. Each and every element will inherit from the body. So here we have body, so let's say the color of text light. Give it a refresh. Okay, the text light is too much light. I think I have taken the wrong color code. So now Let's change the color of the body only. Here we have, let's make it, let's copy from here, and then let's take it from here. Okay, yeah, this one is fine. So 180, 180, 180, that the RGBA values. So text light, we'll say 180. Yes. Now give it a refresh. Yes, this is nice. Have a look. In fact, we could have make it more darker. So let's do that. To the body, again here, then here. Yes, 105, 108, 108, 105, 108, and 108. Perfect. Give it a refresh. Okay, here we have now here. So let's apply the about P margin of top and bottom, say 16 pixel top and bottom, left and right 0. Yes, let's make it 24. Oh, make it 32. Yes, this is nice. Continue explore now. Alright guys, so we are done with this section also. That means that about section. Okay, here after this we have our article section. So inside this article section we have different articles. Let's have one section first. Yes, and here let's comment out, say about, and then here let's say blog. Actually have section. Inside this section let's have one article first. To create this article section, what we will do, first of all we will design the first article, then we will copy and paste for rest of the articles, and then we will change the content part, obviously. Okay, then inside this we have one image and another div. So let's have one div, and inside this div we will have that image first for the first column inside the article. So let's have assets, media asset tm01.jpg, and here let's say tm. Let's see which image it is coming. Give it a refresh. Yeah, this is the exact image we need. Perfect. And after this div, let's take another div for this part, and then let's take the h3 tag, article heading, Europe's most visited places. So let's say here. Okay, and after that still let's have a paragraph saying this dummy text lorem ipsum. After this we have a button. So let's have anchor tag. What is that? It is saying continue reading. Let's apply the btn classes, btn and btn secondary. Have a look. Yeah, here we have. Perfect. All right, now let's get them in a single line first. So we will apply a class of flex, then to this div let's say flex of 50, and similarly here also 50. Give it a refresh. Nice. Okay, so do you see this gap here? Inside this div we have the image is also inheriting the line height. So now, so let's take one general class of font size 0. So here let's take one class font 0, Here we'll say font size 0. Save this and let's apply this class to the div where we have taken image. Save this, then give it a refresh. Yeah, that gap is gone. Okay, alright. Now inside this div or above this image, we have two buttons. These buttons are navigator, left or right you can do. So let's have these two also. So let's take div, and actually we have div and another div for this circle. Okay, so no, actually we have to group in a better way here. So first of all we will take one div for the outer box, then we have one div for the inner circle, then we have icon. So div outer, yeah, this one is outer, and then div for the circle, and here we have icon. So that icon is left. Copy the icon, save it here, and then we have another div for right. And we will group all of them inside one div. So many divs. Okay, no problem. Now let's start styling. Give it a class of, okay, nav btn will say here, then here also. Perfect. And then class nav btn icon here. Perfect. So now let's start styling. So from here we will start our block section, and let's say nav btn, that is actually square, so let's apply the width and height equal, say 60 pixel, and height also 60 pixel, and background color will say RGBA, this one. Save this, let's have a look, give it a refresh. Okay, here we have, let's see whether icon is coming or not. Okay, no icon is showing here, so we need to change the color of the icon. So let's say here nav btn I, say the color of white. Save this, then give it a refresh. No changes. Why we don't see the icon? Okay, let's inspect it here. Okay, it is showing nothing here. So are we copying the, okay, let's search it once again. Angle left, and this one is fine. Copy the code, let's apply it here once again. So the same code is here again. Okay, we don't see the icon, no problem, we'll get them later on. First of all, let's get them here. Okay, so now inside the nav btn icon, let's say nav btn icon, again width of, this time let's say 32 pixel, height also 32 pixel, background color will say white, and border radius of 50%. Give it a refresh. Okay, here we have again. Now let's take again general class for the center thing, just because we will have to apply a lot of time the center. So Here we have taking center. Let's say display flex, justify content center, and align items center. So wherever we will need vertically as well as horizontally center, we will use this class. So this time we need, where do we need? Here. Save it, and then give it a refresh. Let's see. Nice. Okay. Okay, thereafter, first of all, let's get them in a single line. Class flex. Yes. And let's say justify content space, not between, we need and now. So here let's say justify and justify content flex and not start, should be end. Save this. Let's apply this class to this. With refresh. Okay, nice. Okay, perfect. Now where do we have our, yeah, here. So nav btn, first of all let's apply margin of top and bottom, we don't need. Let's apply 12 pixel of left and right. Yes, here we have. Okay, now get them in the middle of this image or this div. So one thing we can do to the, okay, nav btn content, let's apply class nav btn container. Okay, so to the nav btn container, first of all let's apply position absolute. And so what we will do, we will make them in absolute. After making them is absolute, obviously it will go out of the flow, then we can take them from the top 50%, so it will come in the middle of this section. So we will have to make this section as a position relative. So let's apply here to this section, give it a class blog, and to the blog, not whole section actually, yeah, blog article wheels, not this one. Okay, sorry, actually this will be the, yeah, this one would be position related, because this image as well as this nav btn are inside this t. So here let's say article call left. Yes, so here before this btn, before this nav btn container also, let's take this article call left. This is a position relative. Save this, give it a refresh. Okay, our whole, this whole div is position relative and this one is position absolute. Let's save the HTML file also. Now give it a refresh. Okay, so this is absolute now. Now let's take them from top to 50%. Top 50%, give it a refresh. Okay, we'll say right 0. Yes, right 0. So instead of saying right 0, say 32 pixel. In fact, more, say 60 pixel. Yes, and so let's say this 7. Yes, not 7, we can say 6. Okay, cool. After, actually we haven't got our icon yet. Why our icon is not coming? There might be some issue with the font or some. Now let's work on this right part. So this is our article article call right. Let's target here article call right. Let's keep it bottom only. So article call right, first of all let's apply background color of primary. Save this, have a look. Just save. Every time I'm forgetting to save the HTML file, but anyway, let's give it a refresh here. Perfect. Now let's apply some amount of padding of 32 pixel all around. Give it a refresh. Perfect. Change the color to white. Perfect. And thereafter we have article h3. Let's apply here class of article h3. Say font size of 32 pixel, margin bottom of 12 pixel. Give it a refresh. Again, yes, we can make it 36 pixel. And let's apply article P, margin bottom of how much? Say 6 to 12 pixel. Yes, nice. This is the continue reading. Now one thing we need to do here, that this whole section, that means this whole div is over this image. Some left part of this division is on the image. So we can do one hack thing, is that to the article call right here we can say margin left in minus, in negative value. Let's say 32 pixel. Give it a refresh. Let's see where it comes. Okay, is coming say 64 pixel. That is, let's see once again. Okay, no changes. First of all, let's say position relative. Let's increase the z index. Say 1. Yeah, it is coming above. So here let's apply 180 pixel. Let's see where we pixel. Okay, no changes again. Okay, why we are seeing margin left? Just say left now. Yes, cool. So we don't need that much. We need just 40 pixel. Yeah, in fact more. Let's say 60. Yes, and to see this gap, we don't need this gap. So where we have nav btn, let's get rid of this. Save this, give it a refresh. Yes, nice. And then we'll say margin from left to our nav btn. Let's say margin left of 12 pixel. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, so now we are done with this part also, but the thing is, let's have a look again. Are we missing anything? No, we are not missing anything, just this icon is missing. All right, now after this we have another article. So but this time this article is totally opposite from the first. This time we are having the content part on the left side and images on the right side. No problem, we just need to copy and paste. We'll change the content, we'll flip the content actually. Okay, so let's grab this article, save this, have a look at the article. One more thing we are missing, that we need to apply the background color white to our article. So here we have article. Let's apply background color of white. Save this, give it a refresh. Yes, now let's flip the content. So the first article would be, that means first division will be below now, but this time this division will be on the right side and this icon should be on the left side of this section or division. So let's get them back. So now first of all, article call right, to the article call right we are saying left 60 pixels. So now we need to say right 60 pixels. So instead of saying here, let's say left, just left and another class. So it should be right and here it should be left. Okay, so to the left keep it here. Left will keep position relative z index. Okay, let's keep there only z index, but here we'll be keeping, again this would be here only. Just for the left it will be 60 pixel and for the right it would be right minus 60 pixel. Yeah, now here let's apply the, not here, this is the second article now. So where is the article? Yeah, this would be right actually. Save this, then give it a refresh. Yep, nice. And here also we'll say left. So again nav btn, where is the nav btn container? Okay, position absolute, that is fine. Top 50% fine. Right 60 pixel, but this time we need from the left 60 pixel. So nav btn container, I'm taking left. Okay, so this time we'll say left of 60 pixel. Okay, then here we have container. Let's take another class, same class but with left this time. Save this, give it a refresh. Okay, no changes. Did we make any mistake? Left 60 pixel. Okay, something we made mistake. Okay, then let's copy it, paste it with left. Save this, then give it a refresh. Okay, so we are not getting left 60 pixel, nav btn container left, nav btn container left. Let's get rid of this first. Let's have a look. Yeah, we are getting, but the thing is that we this one is also got from the left. Okay, we need to override. So give it a refresh. Fine, this is working fine, but okay, no problem. So nav container left will take nav container right. Where do we have? Here. So here we'll say right. So let's copy this again. Let's say right. So now we can get rid of this. So here also let's apply right. Give it a refresh. Perfect. Okay, so but again it get back Okay, we haven't saved the HTML file again. My bad. Yeah, we got it. So this thing should be a bit left. Okay, let's inspect it. Here, say perfect. 48 pixel. Say here 48. Save this. Give it a refresh. Nice. So now we just need to change this background of this division, and we need to change the image also. So let's change the image first. So this time it should be, first of all, let's collapse the first article, and here we have image. So this time it should be 2. Save this and give it a refresh. Okay, the image is changed. Okay, one thing we are doing wrong. This image are not taking, it is actually overflowing from the column. How we can get that in exact, as it is taking 50%. So let's make to the image article image width of 100%. So here only let's target article img width of 100%. Give it a refresh. Nice, perfect. Okay, here we have, now let's change the background color. So this time which class we can apply here, say bg secondary. Let's target once again bg secondary. Let's apply the background color. We'll override that blue color, say secondary. Save this, then give it a refresh. Yes, done. Now we just need to change the content, so we'll do that part later on. First of all, now get each and everything. So now we need another article, so this time we'll copy the first article, paste it here, and for the image just to save third. Save this, give it a refresh. Perfect. Again we have after this. Okay, so we are done with the article section. Perfect. Give it a refresh once again here. Nice. In the article section, let's change the heading. Okay, no problem. For the third, we are having America's most famous places. So here we have, save this one, and similarly Asia's most popular places for the second article. Give it a refresh. Okay, now let's move into the another section. Okay, this time we have a section with different images. So let's get that. After this, let's have another section, maps. So inside this text section, let's take div img sits media. What do we have? North America, South America, Europe, Asia. Okay, North America. Here also let's say North America. Okay, then another div. Copy this to side 6 cities. Yes, here we now changing this. After North America we have South America. After that we have Europe. So here we have South America, and should be Europe, and after that we have Asia, and then we have Africa, Australia, and Africa. So this is Africa. Okay, and then we have Africa, okay, Australia and Africa. Australia here also, Australia, and we have Antarctica. Something here. Save this. The supply class of Flex. Maps. Give it a refresh. Here we have perfect. Now let's apply to the maps a background color. Primary. Give it a refresh. Okay, nice. Now, so here let's apply class grow so that each and every division will get the same amount of width. Here also. Save this, give it a refresh. Nice. Now, what do we need to, okay, maps grow. Say first of all text align center. Okay, we have already one class text center. Let's apply that text center. Center. Refresh. Everything is in center. Then we need padding from top and bottom. And we also need font 0 for the 0 font size as we have image inside it. Here we have font 0. Give it a refresh. Okay, that space is gone. Now let's apply some amount of top and bottom padding. So again, maps grow will say padding top and bottom, say with refresh. Yeah, now it came. Okay, so what do we have now? Here we have North America. So text we have inside after this image. So let's have just P. See North America first. Next. Okay, so North America, and we have South. After that we have Europe, Asia. After that we have Africa, Sri Lanka, then we have Latin. Save this, have a look. No changes. Why? Okay, we have a platform size 0 now. So say maps P font size 16 pixel, text transform uppercase, and color will say white. Yes, cool. Now let's apply some amount of margin from top, say 8 pixel. Yes, have a look. Nice. Now for the Asia we have that is active map. So here we can apply one active. Okay, so maps.active. Maps.active will say background color of that is secondary. Give it a refresh. Don't see any changes. Let's save the HTML file. Now give it a refresh. Still no changes. So okay, this is space we need. Yeah, nice. Okay, I think we have applied large amount of padding top and bottom to here. Say just 50 pixel. Yep, this is nice. All right, so now one thing we made mistake that to the whole maps we have applied this background color. Actually, we need this background color on individual maps so that once we hover over different images, that color should be changing to the pink. So instead of saying background color to this map, let's get this from there to here. Save this. Now have a look. Fine. Now let's apply maps space grow hover background color, this one. Now let's give it a refresh. Yes, now hover over this. You can see. Yeah, that is cool. Alright guys, so we are done with the map section also. Now after this map section, let's see what we have to create here. So this is the another section after the map. Let's take this. Actually this section is all about the recommended places. Actually we have done something wrong here. We have home, that's like the home page, the hero section, then we have top destinations. So here the block section which we have taken is the top destination section. Yeah, and then thereafter we have recommended places. So this section is recommended places. So let's take that recommended places section tag. Inside this section, let's take one class first. Say padding, the normal, and then after this let's take recommended class. Here in this section again we have different articles, first, second, third, fourth. So first of all we will make the first article. We will design this article first, then we will copy and paste, and after that we will change the content part. So now let's have first of all a div. So actually instead of taking div, let's take article tag. Here also article. Then inside the article we have three division. Actually first division is image, then the content part, and then the pricing part. Okay, so let's have a div for the image, img tag, assets, media, and then we have fifth one. Save this. Let's see what we got. Okay, here we have. So that's the fourth one, I hope so. Give it a refresh. Yeah, not, it's actually third one. No, okay, let's see here which one. Fourth, it's not. Fifth, no. Sixth, seventh. Okay, we have sixth one. Sixth, and then here like say tm img. Save this, then give it a refresh. Alright, now after this div, let's take another div for the content part, heading, subheading, and paragraph. Say h3 Asia Resort Hotel, subheading h4 Singapore, and then paragraph Lawrence. Save this. Okay, thereafter we have another section, that is another division actually, the pricing and the link. So here take another div, first of all let's take pricing part, h4, and a link, continue reading. Save this. Now let's have a look. Okay, first division, second division, and the third division. Okay, let's get them in a single line first. So we know we have to apply flex, save, tweet refresh. Nice. Now let's apply for the image part. Let's say flex 30% of the article, and then here we'll say flex 50, and at the end we'll say class flex 20. Save it, give it a refresh. Nice. All right, now okay, now we have a small wrapper actually for this article. So let's take the class again. Here we'll say this class recommended places. So instead of saying places, let's say item, recommended item. So here let's target that. Let's apply the max width, say 968 pixel, margin 0 auto. Save this, give it a refresh. Now changes, let's save the HTML file. Yeah, good. So now let's apply a background, bz background color primary. Save this, give it a refresh. So that's what we have. Yeah, this background actually I'm applying. So now we have another class. So let's get rid of this space. So we'll apply font 0 for the image, font 0, nice, and width of 100% to the image. Perfect. Thereafter, next here we have this section, sorry, division. So let's apply some amount of padding first for the content part. So here we'll say recommended item content, padding, let's apply 32 pixel all around, give it a refresh. Save HTML file first. Yes. Now let's apply background color white, give it a refresh. Nice. Okay, so first of all we have a lot of text inside this article, so that's why this each and everything is aligned center, so we can see this gap. So let's get rid of few text here up to here, actually a few lines. Save this, give it a refresh. Nice. Okay, and let's apply, it is not stretch. So let's apply align items stretch. Here we have item start. Now we'll say align items stretch. Save this, then let's apply, we will actually override this align item center. So here this flex, so let's apply item stretch. Save this, then give it a refresh. Nice. Okay, cool. After this let's work on this part, heading. So we'll say recommended item, so directly we can target h3. Font size, let's say 24 pixel, font weight 700, and let's say text transform uppercase. Now save this, give it a refresh. Perfect. It's, let's say 20, and we'll say font weight 600, and color we'll say text dark. Yes. Now after this we have subheading, recommended item h4, will say Yeah, this h4, let's say font weight again 600, font size 14 pixel, and color will say secondary. Yes, now let's apply some amount of margin bottom, say 12 pixel. Save it, give it a refresh. Nice. Now here we have, okay, again let's target the P, say font size of 14 pixel and font weight 400. Yes, now this is fine. Now let's work on this part, heading part. Not heading, actually this is the this is actually pricing and this link. So let's see how we have to design this. So let's target the pricing. So recommended item pricing, copy the class, let's say okay h4 first, font size will say 32 pixel, font weight 700, text align up here. So we have a class text center as these content are in the center of this class of this division. So now text line, instead of saying text line, now save this, now give it a refresh. Perfect. Okay, cool. So we need to change the color, say white. Okay, thereafter we have continue reading. So recommended item pricing, anchor tag, so it should be uppercase, text transform uppercase, thereafter font weight 700, font size 16 pixel, color would be white. Save this, give it a refresh. Nice. So let's have a look here. Alright, after this we need this 440 as well as this link at the in the center, vertically centered. It should be vertically centered also. So let's apply the class center where we have applied it, display flex. If you look at here, yeah, here we have that display flex, justify content center. It will take the item horizontally center as well as align item. It will take the vertically center also. So now save this here, give it a refresh. Nice. And okay, we have flex, so let's apply the column also. We'll say column, so we have a class of column also. If you look at here, column flex direction column, save it, then give it a refresh. Nice, perfect. So here we have the first article in the recommended places. Now so we need a curve here. So first of all, let's apply border radius to our the recommended content part. Let's go down, yeah, here, border radius of let's say 300 pixel. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so we don't need that much. Okay, no, border top right, here we have border top right and border bottom. Save it, give it a refresh now. So this is how exactly, but not 300 px. Let's say this, okay, 100. Let's see how it looks. And here also 100. Let's make it 80. Let's see how it, okay, how we can do that. So we cannot get the exact look using border radius. So we have button curve. Let's see. Yeah, this is that image actually. So we can use that image instead of applying border radius. So let's take one img tag, assets, media, button curve. Let's collapse this here. Now save our file, go to our page here, then give it a refresh. So here we have that image. Okay, the image is way too large, so let's apply. First of all, for the image, let's get rid of this border radius. Okay, so here recommended item img. So as here we have applied now width of 100%, so that's why we need to apply a class up to this image. So say width full, let's make it a universal classes so that we can use, not universal, a modular classes, so that we can apply this class again and again. So let's keep it inside the general section, buttons, text. After that, full image, say width full, we'll apply width of 100%. That's it. Give it a refresh. That's fine. Actually, we need to get rid of this one. Yes, cool. Now we will make this image out of flow. So we'll apply position absolute, and then we will take it to the right edge of this division. So for that purpose, here let's apply a class. Where is that? BTN curve. So now let's target this BTN curve. Let's apply position absolute, and here let's apply this item content relative. We have taken already one class relative, position relative. Give it a refresh. Perfect. Now let's apply to right. Okay, so we'll say right 0, top 0. So instead of saying let's apply right in minus, let's say 32 pixel. Let's see where it comes. So we don't see anywhere it went. So do we have relative class actually? Let's search for that. Dot relative actually. No, we don't have relative class. Okay, so we cannot make use of this relative class. So instead of saying this one, where is our relative item content? Here. Save it. Now let's have a look. Okay, here we have. So here we'll say 0. Okay, and let's apply the height also 100%. Okay, now stop saying let's apply 4 pixel right in minus actually, make it 8. Yes, now we will apply border radius to our item. Border top right radius will say 50 pixel, and then border bottom right radius 50 pixel. Give it a refresh. Okay, what? Okay, we need to apply this to the item content actually. Okay, that's much enough. 20. 40. We'll have to calculate a bit. Okay, 30, 16. Okay, here we are making some mistake. So let's do one thing. Let's get it outside this section actually first for the image. Button curve, let's apply 16 pixel. Yes, 32 or 32, will say just 24. Yeah, that is nice, we got exactly, but the thing is that now we need to reduce the font size of this 440, this and not 440, actually this link. So here we have anchor tag, let's make it 14, give it a refresh. Nice. And yeah, that is cool. Alright guys, so this is our first article inside the recommended places. Now let's copy and paste. So for that purpose we will just copy the items. So this article, save this, then give it a refresh. Okay, so how many items do we need? Actually we need 4 items. So here, now for the recommended item, let's apply margin top of 32 pixel, give it a refresh. That's nice. Now do we need anything else inside this? Okay, let's apply some amount of box shadow also. Box shadow 0 0, just 1 pixel, no spread value, then RGBA will say 6. Save this, then give it a refresh. Yeah, that is nice. We can make it 3 also. Yeah, that is fine. Alright, so thereafter let's change the content part. So first of all, here's the image. Let's say 5, say 4, not 4, it should be 7. Again, let's see how many do we have. 7, we have already used 5, 6, then let's say 4 here. Let's say 4. Save this, have a look. Okay, perfect. So now we just need to change the content part. So we just change just the heading part first. So we have this one again. So let's not waste the time in like changing the content. We know how to change the content, but yeah, we can just change the prices actually. 450, 460, 470. So here after the 4, at the bottom we have 470, 460, and then 450. Save it, give it a refresh. Yes, cool. Alright, so this is the actually this is our recommended places. Thereafter, let's see what do we have. Okay, so we are missing this button. Let's apply the button also. So after the article, anchor tag, apply the class btn and btn primary. Content is show more places. Save it, then give it a refresh. Okay, no problem. Let's take it down. Actually in the center, let's take a div, and to the div let's apply class of text center. Have a look. Perfect. So to the recommended item, here we have applied margin of margin top 32 pixel. Let's apply margin bottom. So this time item will be having margin bottom. Yeah. Alright guys, so now let's move into the contact section. Perfect. Now collapse this section and then let's have another section, contact, and here we'll say a map, actually this map, and there is a form also. No problem, let's have a map first. So we'll go to the Google map. Okay, let's search for few map, say all campus, share it, embed a map, copy the HTML, let's place it here, save this, and width will say 100%, and height, let's say how much height we can apply. 450 is fine. Let's see, go to our page here, then give it a refresh. Yeah, 450 is fine. We can actually make it 500, and let's apply class of padding. Let's see, do we need or not. No, we don't need. Let's apply class of contact. Okay, and thereafter again let's apply font size 0, font 0 to remove the bottom gap. Yeah, and iframe is also an inline level element, so that's why it inherited the line height. That's why we saw that small gap due to line height. Now after this, let's apply overlay, how using position absolute. So we need like some transparent background over this map. So how we can do, let's take a div first, div, say class of overlay, and here it will be we have contact section, no problem. So from here let's apply contact a position relative first, and we have our overlay class. For the overlay we can say position absolute, then we don't need to apply any kind of height and width. We'll say left 0, right 0, bottom 0, and top also 0. Thereafter let's apply a background color, of, yes, let's apply this first, then we'll change it, give it a refresh. Okay, now make it 4. Yeah, this is looking nice, have a look. Yep, this is looking nice. Now after this we have a form over the map. So again we will take a form and we will make this form absolute, so that we can again place it over this map. Okay, so let's apply that. So let's take a form. Inside the form let's take field set. Field set will be having input type name, input type email, input type text, we can say. So actually this name will be also text, and the text area. So let's apply that. Input type text, yeah, that would be text actually. Placeholder name, we will group first two input so that we can keep them in a single line. Okay, thereafter let's take another input, this time email, and this would be email. Okay, let's not forget the name attribute also. Name, name, email. All right, and thereafter another input will be having again text. Placeholder would be subject, and let's separate text area. This text area will be having name, obviously. Here also let's apply name, subject, name, message, no id, no columns. Row, let's take how many rows? Let's take 6 rows, and a placeholder of message. Give it a refresh. Okay, here we have. All right, let's take contact form. Position absolute, top, how much? Let's say 80 pixel, bottom also 80 pixel. Okay, and right of how much? Again 80 pixel. Save this, give it a refresh. Okay, let's see here. Okay, not container, it should be contact now. Now have a look. Okay, position absolute, not working. All right, let's apply Z index first. Actually, our overlay is also absolute and contact form is also absolute, so let's take it. No, it's not showing any changes. Okay, contact form. Okay, contact, spelling mistake. Yes, fine. So now very first thing, let's get rid of this top 80 pixel, bottom 80 pixel. Give it a refresh. For now, let's apply top 0. Okay, now first of all, style this. So very first thing, let's apply class of form control. Copy the class here also, and then here also. Save this, then give it a refresh. Okay, so to the form, let's apply some width. Width, let's say 30%. Yep. Okay, so let's target our contact form control, border of 1 pixel, solid, text dark. Give it a refresh. Perfect. And then margin bottom of 12 pixel, say 16 pixel actually. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, so we need to change the color here. Let's apply, instead of saying 100% to this form control, let's apply flex 48 48 so that they will be in a single line. So let's do that. Here we have div. First of all, we need to apply class of flex. then this would be flex 48. Similarly, same here. Okay, so did 48 work? No. Let's inspect it. First of all, instead of saying text dark, we need to apply different background, the gray background. So let's copy the code, color code actually. Here, let's apply the background color. Yeah, and we need some gap here. So how we can get that gap? Now let's inspect whether we are getting that flex 48 or not. This input form control, okay, flex 48 class is getting applied or not. No. Have a look. Do we have a flex 48 class at the top? Okay, flex 46 we have, sorry. So 6 6. Save this, then again give it a refresh here. Now we have gap. Okay, we have name, email, subject, message. After this we have one button. So here after this text area, let's have input type submit, and we'll say value send message now. Yeah, and let's apply the class. Let's say btn and btn primary. Save it, then give it a refresh. Okay, no changes. btn, okay, we are not applying btn. Yes, so we are done with the contact form also and contact. So now we need after this footer. So we don't have to worry much inside the footer, we have just one copyright text. So let's do that. So after the whole main, let's collapse this section first. Footer. Okay, again to the main we have taken here. If we look at where is our main tag, background color. So now we can keep this footer if everything is coming inside the main tag. So yeah, this is the main part, and inside the whole main we have all the section as well as the bottom footer also. So that's why now we can keep our footer inside the main tag only. So let's take a small tag inside the footer, and inside the small tag what do we have? Copyright 2020 your company, saying company and designed by template more. Save this, then give it a refresh. So here we have that footer. Okay, so our footer is not inside the main now. Do we have our container inside the main? Yes, the container. Okay, sorry. So this should be also coming inside the container, no? So here we have our footer actually. We don't need to comment it out. From the tag only it is obvious that this is our footer. Give it a refresh. Perfect. Alright, so let's apply the padding class. Okay, and then say text center, and to the footer we just need to apply footer. say primary, and color would be white. Save the HTML file. Okay, so we don't have class of footer. Okay, so this is the footer of our layout. So actually we have less amount of padding in the footer, so we can decrease the footer padding, say top and bottom 32, not 32, say 48 pixel, left and right 0. Yeah. Alright guys, so first of all, now let's get rid of this padding bottom from the body tag. Here we have, save this. Yeah, so now let's go from top to bottom, have a look what we are missing or not. So let's go from top to bottom. So the header part, now let's start providing attention to the small things. For example, here we have home, and these are the another links inside this snap. So actually this is the active part, so we should be providing one like hover effect. So once someone hover any link, the color should be changing. So let's do that. So go inside the nav bar, nav item A, hover, say color, we'll say the color primary, save it, give it a refresh. Let's check it out. Yeah, now this is fine. Now let's connect this top destination to our this section. So let's apply a where we have block. So instead of saying block, now let's say top destination, and let's apply one ID. We can say top, say destination only. Yeah, and we'll provide the value of this destination inside the nav bar for here. Apply. Now let's give it a refresh here. Nice. Now let's click this link. Okay, here we have. Alright, and thereafter let's do recommended places. So it will be coming here. So same. So let's collapse. So no need to collapse anywhere. Recommended places. Let's apply the ID. We'll say. Let's apply the same. And the same value will be going to the nav bar. Here, recommended places. Save this. Give it a refresh. Okay, let's go here. Click the link. No changes. Top destination is also taking us to this section, and recommended places, yeah, that's fine. So recommended places is coming here. Okay, then we have contact us. So where is our contact section? Here, let's apply the ID contact. Let's apply the value to the nav bar here. Actually here, paste it, give it a refresh. Yes, now let's click this. Yes, so this is how we can connect our link to another part of the page. That's it. And then let's see what else we can do. Okay, let's provide to each and every button some amount of hovering effect, maybe box shadow. So let's do that. Where we have our btn, here btn. So btn, let's keep it here. Hover, box shadow, let's apply 0, we'll say 4 pixel, and say 8 pixel, RGBA 4, Save this, then give it a refresh. Hover the button. Yeah, this is the hovering effect. So one thing we can also apply for some smoothness we can apply one transition to our btn. So transition is another property that provides some kind of animation when we do something, when we hover or on any condition. So once we hover, the it will apply some transition, some amount of it will take some amount of time to apply that hovering effect. That is the transition property. So the transition property we will learn in the transition and animation topic, but here just I'm giving some introduction about the transition, that how do we apply transition. So in the transition we apply different properties. Say we are changing the box shadow, so we'll say actually yeah, on hovering we are changing the box shadow. So on the box shadow property we want to apply some animation that is using transition. So let's do that. So we'll apply the transition property which you want to change, box shadow, and then apply the time, maybe 200 ms, 200 millisecond it will take. And so this is saying how much time it will take to apply the box shadow or change in the box shadow. And thereafter, after the time, we will apply the method. So it will be smooth or like fast or slow. So for that purpose we have different values for the transitions, that is known as transition timing function. So don't worry, we will learn about this transition property inside the transition and animation topic. So let's apply ease in out. There is a ease in out timing function. Let's see how it works. Save this, then give it a refresh. Okay, so let's apply this. See, earlier it was taking so fast, it was happening so fast that we were not able to like judge it how fast it was happening. Now let's do hovering, but yeah, let's see. So it is happening, but it is so fast. But as we have applied transition, so now it will take 200 ms second to apply that box shadow. See here, fine. Similarly here also, same goes to here, perfect. Here, nice. So each and every button has some transition effect now, perfect. Now let's go at the top again. Now what we can change, have a look here. Heading part is done, this one is also done. Thereafter continue explore, that's done. Let's see top to bottom. So everything is done. Now we just need one more thing, this icon actually. So we haven't applied that icon. Actually we have applied that icon, but we do not see from the font awesome. So for applying these icons, let's go to another platform. So instead of applying from the font awesome, there is one another platform that is known as flat icon. Here also we can get the icon, but the thing is that from here we can get the icons in either in like jpg, png, or svg format. So let's do that. So here I have few selections, get rid of these, get rid of these. So let's search for arrow left. This one will be working fine. And then let's say arrow right. Let's find the exact one here. Okay, yeah, here we have. So here we have two icons. Now download those icons, png format. Let's choose the size 16 pixel, free download. And then so here I am downloading inside my project desktop. We have HTML form, assignment level 2, assets, media. Now save this. Okay, now let's go to that folder. Here we have the zip file. So let's get rid of this zip file, move to bin, open this. We need png images. Let's copy this and we will paste it inside the our assets folder. Save this. Let's see where it comes. Yeah, here we have. Now let's also get rid of this one. Perfect. Now let's change the name. Left, and we'll say here arrow right. Okay. Perfect. Now after this, let's go to our code, and in which section do we have? So we have this in recommended, not recommended, top destinations. Let's search for the btn icon. So let's apply the icon. Stop saying this icon. Now I will be saying img assets, media, then arrow left, and here we'll say same thing, but this time it should be arrow right. Save this, and here also save it, then give it a refresh. Okay, let's check it out. So here we have, so actually this img is too much big, so let's change the size. Okay, article img 100%. So let's apply class again. So we have already one class, so this time we will override this using nav btn icon. Yeah, here nav btn icon img will say width of say 12 pixel. Save this, then give it a refresh. Okay, still it is not taking. Okay, let's make it more specific. We'll say article. Now it is working, but it's not in the center. So instead of saying 12 pixel, let's say just 16 pixel, and let's apply class of center here, and then similarly here also. Perfect. So this is what exactly we need. All right, so now again have a look of our page. Actually, yeah, we have just applied on the second article. Now we need to apply these icons on these here also. So we'll just copy the image from here. Let's go to the second first article first. Here, and then this one also. This center class will be coming here also, and here also. Have a look. Okay, nice. Okay, so one thing we can do, let's copy both of these things. Now let's go to the third article. First is done, second is also done. Let's go inside the third one, btn. Yep, third one is also done. Alright guys, so here we are done with the assignment level 2 in the building HTML forms topic, and it was really a good project. We have done really a great job. Good one guys.